Yesterday, I was discussing the new Supergirl film, and I got something so wrong that I think it genuinely warrants an apology. I was on Screen Crush. They're a channel that does like deep dives into things like superheroes. Great channel, check them out. And we were talking about whether or not Supergirl is a good film. And I think it is. I think it's good, like ish. I had fun. I enjoyed it. It was a fun film. I think with some analysis, it does some interesting work on things like sin and responsibility and feminism. And I know that people will trash me for saying that, but that's not really why I owe the apology. I also said that given the way that theaters are struggling and the fact that a lot of things that we want to see more of are getting canceled, that we should go see movies and we should go see movies in the theaters. And man, did people clock me in the comments. And they pointed out, listen, we don't have money. We don't have money to waste on a mid-level film. If I'm going to go take my family and spend $100 or more to see a movie, it should be great. And here's the fact of the matter is you are 100% right. At the cost that these films are, every film should be a towering triumph. And clearly they're not. So for me to say, well, the films are pretty good, you should go see them in theaters, that's pretty thoughtless. Like, I'm really not thinking about the way people genuinely are struggling. A lot of people, they're lucky if they can afford to take their kids to one, maybe two movies, and they definitely want it to be a movie that they feel like their kid is going to enjoy. So I can see how there are criticism about Supergirl and about my comment for that. That is completely fair, and I genuinely apologize. It's a two-edged sword because companies like Amazon, they have this pipeline where the less we're going to see films, they're just putting them directly out to streaming. They're not really making always particularly good films. It just becomes a lot more slop. And that really isn't your fault as the film viewer, but they are going to use our lack of attendance as the excuse to do that. I do think that the only solution we have, other than holding them to account, is, well, we can't control the theaters and we can't control the industry, but we also can control to some degree ourselves, not just in terms of, well, if it's not good, I'm not going to waste my money, but also in terms of like, well, what can I get out of it even if it wasn't the most brilliant thing? I don't know about you, but my life is pretty short. So when I do see a movie, and I think kind of most of them are, that's kind of average, it's good-ish, I try to get the most out of it, whatever that happens to mean for me. In my case, it's kind of like nerding out about philosophical analysis about it, but if we're going and seeing movies and then trashing them, it's really just kind of wasting a limited time we don't have. So we either A, like a lot of you are saying, don't go see the film, or at the very least, if we do, let's try to get something out of it, build a bit of positive content out of our experience, because let's be honest, we don't have forever.